And here we go.
Ooh.
Are you tired of being awesome alone? Well, so are we. So tonight we're going to answer all the questions we can from the grab bag. Let's go be awesome together. You know, I don't think enough people do live openings anymore, like
I
they used to
know.
do on Price is Right and Johnny Carson. Just that live announced opening. I think they still do
True.
it on Saturday Night Live, but you know.
Saturday Night Live. Hello there, spilled tea, better known as Earth Station. Boo.
I don't know. I saw some more of her pop up on TikTok this week. I still haven't made
Ooh.
time to try to connect with the workspace thing. I did a good thing. Let's jump to shelf watch. Just your
Oh,
shelf watch.
oh,
All
oh.
right. So for my shelf, I did a good thing for myself this week. Is
Ooh.
every day I'm working on something. Usually, even on Saturdays, right? I'm working on this show and other little things, whatever. It turned out Monday I had zero obligations, so I made sure to sleep in, and then I went and sat on my recliner and played my Xbox all day, and that was good. It was fun.
That is awesome.
But that would have been the day that I would have had to find the time to connect to her thing. So I wasn't working. I wasn't going to do it. Uh, what about you, Tyra? I see that we're still in the kitchenette.
I'm not in the kitchenette. I'm in my beautiful dining room where we play D and
Okay,
D
sure.
and have end tables that table leaves that pull out and that have dice in them. This is an awesome space with awesome curtains. Thank you, IKEA. Uh, but yeah, no, not in my office. But this weekend we got all Christmas is up. Shane's got to take one more box outside, but everything is ready to go. And the downstairs is almost like back together and very, very functional. And our bedroom is about 90% there. And so we're getting there. My office hopefully will be later. And my cat just came into view who has got this is Leia. She likes to scent mark the microphone. Hi, baby girl. And
So what are we gonna do when I come there next week after class?
um, she'll say hi and
Mm.
possibly be part of the video.
I'll
Could
wear
you
my
like?
Darth Vader helmet. Maybe she'll
Can you find
run.
a place?
But I
Oh,
meant for the recording.
I don't know. Oh,
Maybe I'll
we
sit at the opposite end of the table with my
maybe
own
we'll do that.
computer.
We'll just wave at each other. It'll
Yeah,
be fine. I don't know. We last time we did it with the little Mikeys.
on the couch. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
idea of sitting opposite each other. We might try
Okay. Well,
that.
you can go sit way
We'll
down there
see.
and we'll wave at each other, and it'll be awesome.
It's always
Because
awesome.
even if I had my office together, we couldn't do that. Leah Burton, please behave
Mm.
yourself. No, ma'am. Okay, she's going for my eye watch and my. Ow.
Cats are the devil. Dun,
She's not the
dun.
devil, but so for those of you who cannot see, I'm sorry that my tuxedo cat decided to say hello, but her and her sister had a little bit of a tizzy, and she has a cut on her back leg. So I am just kind of looking at her, seeing how she's doing. That's my life. Outside of that, yeah, we're getting there. It's great. We're going to London. I don't care. So,
maybe you should leave a key under the doormat, and then DevoSite might just show up while you're in London and put your shelves up and fix everything. And I'll take him to dinner.
that sounds awesome. That requires me getting the office ready before then, but we'll see. Um,
No, we'll
so
take care of that too.
well, it'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Maybe. I don't know. I got to go buy an adapter. I just bought a coat. I got to start trying out shoes. There's a lot to be done in my self watch. But I have had a more peaceful start to the year, and I have really been trying to practice give myself space and peace and trying to do all that. So that part
Good.
of my shelf watch is really good. And
Very cool.
I am very jealous that Spill Tea Wine is coming from a creative mornings meeting that she volunteers with the local chapter.
Mhm.
I love creative mornings, and I have not been able to get to an actual in person event here in Atlanta. So I'm super, super jelly, but I love their stuff. So if you don't know Creative Mornings, you can Google it. There's chapters throughout the world, but they also do a lot of online stuff that's very creative, and can't suggest it enough.
It's the weirdest name for a biker gang, but I'm down.
What is not a biker game? How did we get from Creative Mornings to a
Chapters. There's only the only thing in my world that has chapters is biker gangs.
what do I do with you? I don't know what
I
to do
don't
with.
know.
What do I do with him? I don't know what to do with him.
Well, I do
I'm
know what we need to do.
We do. Okay, I'm finding a link for Creative Mornings so we can share it because it's important to share. But what could we do, Charles?
We have questions that we'd like to jump into. We would
Ooh, we have
definitely
questions.
find, yeah. She says, I mean, our chapter does have a bicycle gang.
That's
Called it.
awesome.
Called it.
Bicycle, not motorcycle.
Hey, there's a cycle in there somewhere, and there's two wheels. We're all good. So we work really well at cons and different places, even here when people ask us questions, right?
We love questions.
And it's not like we're gonna sit here and beat up the online audience. It's like just we're gonna stare at you till you ask. So we dove into the backlogs, and we found some interesting, different kind of questions, and some of them I'm gonna rephrase a little bit here, but just to kind of get us going, Tyra, what's the biggest myth about podcasting that needs to die immediately?
That you're gonna make money anytime soon. It's my favorite thing because, like, okay, there's a podcast Facebook group that I'm a part of, and there's people that are starting a podcast. Go, okay, I need to make money. How to, and like, okay, who can I hire? I want to make money immediately, and I'm like, that is not how this works, people. Podcasting most of the time is for the long haul. You may eventually make some money. I do think podcasting is a great way to drive people to other things that you might have some income streams coming off of, but it takes time to get an income stream off your podcast. What's yours, Charles? What's the biggest myth? Are you still amused by me? Insert
My
Mike Faber quote here. Absolutely.
No, mine is the opposite. I need to admit that you can't make money at podcasting to die, because now that's the other extreme, right? It's a pendulum,
Right.
The starting getting paid fast, but I still hear 20 years in. Oh yeah, you can't make money at podcasting. You can. Yes, you can. Just like anything else, if you work at it more than any other entertainment category out there, if you work hard at it, you don't have to be the best band, because there's so many bands in the world, but only the best make it big, right? But you don't have to be big to make money. You can make contacts, you can make community, you can do a lot of other little things. And so that's the encouragement I wanted to give is, if you work it, still not my full-time day job yet, but I'm closer now than ever before. But along the way, I've absolutely gotten jobs specifically because of podcasting.
Right.
And including the last parts of my careers, it was one thing led to another because of some podcasting stuff I did and connections I made. So yeah, it's fun. That's why I was laughing. It's because you're right, but also people need to understand that it's a job, and if you work it hard, mediocre talent can do okay in this industry, right? And because the creativity is in the eyes of the beholder, but it's not like there's gonna be I don't know if there's ever gonna be a show like The Voice for podcasters, right? Because you don't have to be the best of the best to do okay. I think most everybody who does good and has a good community and makes some money or some connection probably goes, man, I'm not. Actually, I know some people right now that came to mind that go, oh, I'm not that great. Yeah, you are. It's your day job. You're that great, not whatever. So yeah, that was mine.
What I would say is that I think podcasting can help you find other income streams.
Yeah.
I think that a podcast that is actually profitable, they are out there. They do exist. You can work hard, get big enough base that you can. But a lot of times you're getting money from like Patreon, which is spun off from your podcast.
Yeah. And Boo says, yes, you can make money doing anything. However, there's a lot of work and lean time to get to that point. Sure. Absolutely. Okay.
So I love the
Tyra.
fact that we had different answers. I think that was
Yeah.
awesome.
uh, if you were starting today from scratch, what would you do differently in your first 10 episodes?
I would love to say that I would have all 10 of them banked,
Mm,
but I would be lying. And I'd be lying because I like to come on when it's just my show. Like if it's just Geek Meet Social, I like to just come on and talk about what's going on in the world a lot of the time. Um, so that it's, relevant to what's happening right here, right now. So I might be commenting on stuff. So if I tried to bank 10 episodes, they were not going to be current. So, okay, but there's still replays. So maybe. So I probably would have looked at myself when Brian and I were starting leveling Azeroth and said, get a schedule. That's it.
okay. Yeah.
Get a
Yeah.
schedule and be consistent because we actually had a pretty good following on leveling Azeroth. And our downfall was that my hours and his hours didn't sync. And I wish we had tried harder to make that work better.
I gotcha. And if we're talking
So,
about going all the way back to the beginning and starting over, honestly, I would just want to know what I know now, right? Just flip it all back with the same knowledge because it would be just do it. Just do
yeah,
everything you think is right, do it, and do it every day and push it hard. And because then I had way more time, way more energy, which got me further than if I started today, I could do. But it's there was a lot of falterings and and yeah, just missteps and doubt is what it was, and going some wrong directions. But trust your gut and just do it. Otherwise, honestly, every podcast I start, I feel like I'm starting from scratch. You know, not
yeah,
quite honestly. Truthfully, we talked about that. But it's still I've got two shows kind of sort of in development right now, and I haven't done. We haven't hit that trigger to do the work on the little brown pill of getting the website and all that other stuff. All the marketing because then you guys start doing a marketing blitz. But we've been recording content and we're almost on the idea of what our intro is going to be, and we've just been pacing
good.
it. But that one is going to be a big work push of marketing
Mm-hmm.
and this and that. And I have a great partner in that. And I know he's going to challenge me to do something every day because he's going to do something every day. He already does it for his other stuff, which, by the way, shout out to Josh Cooper. He just started his family podcast, Relatively Terrible. And it's fantastic. It's fun. And it's him, his wife, and two kids. And they're talking about the fandom and geek stuff that they like and making jokes, and it's a fun thing. But yeah, consistency is key, Boo says, and
That's
that was my thing. I just did it when I felt like it, and honestly, if I had done anything on the regular basis, I think I'd be as recognizable as Brian Ibbett. Because even though he's the nicest guy in podcasting, he's really good at what he does. We had the same work ethic, and we did stuff together for a couple of years, and that's when I went, man, the difference is he was consistent. He did his
he
show
is
and he
so
did it.
consistent.
Yeah, he is
He's
like
still
clockwork.
consistent.
Yeah.
Him and
Uh,
Bobby Black Wolf. Oh my god.
yeah, don't get me started on Bobby. Every other
Bobby
day
is
he's
like a
posting, I'm hosting this, I'm hosting that. I'm like, you get it, man.
well, and I mean every Sunday night. Like you could
Yeah.
set your clock by him. Him
That
and
yeah.
Rob Roberts. So
Okay.
we agree.
Audio only versus video podcasting. Which matters more right now and why?
Video for sure. I mean, I hate to say it, but given that YouTube has become more of a destination to watch shows and for podcast shows, I still want audio. I still want the audio to be out there because a lot of people are still there. That's me for a lot of podcasts, even the ones that have video. A lot of times I'll listen to them because I don't have time to watch them. But if I was going to start a podcast now, I would make sure there was video because it's video is just everywhere. So that's my sad face. But I love, I love listening to somebody over the radio. I do. What about you? What do you think?
It honestly comes down to you in the question. of can you push yourself with help or whatever into video, because I think they're equally important as far as getting the best results.
Right.
Because even if you don't put full episodes out, you can grab clips and use that as promotion, and people like to see things. Instagram has turned more into
It did.
TikTok than when Instagram used to be. Everybody has. Everybody has shorts and reels and flip videos basically all over the
Yeah.
place. However, there's still a strong contingent of people who have earbuds in their ears all the time, or they're driving, and
Yep.
it's not always conducive to video. So I think audio is important. And if it's truly either you just won't ever be comfortable, man. I don't think I've ever told this story. I was trying to help somebody with her. She was a personal chef, and she wanted to be more like a celebrity chef and try out for celebrity shows and those kind of things. And so I was helping her with social media and stuff. And when I went to help her shoot her video, try out video for some cooking show, that's when she found out the hard way. She's super anxious on camera.
Oh.
I mean, it was debilitating for her. And I was like,
Oh, I
well,
hate that.
yeah. I said, unfortunately, you're going to have to take a different path, because there's no way. Well, if we can't shoot it on the phone, there's no way you can do a TV show. And she's great on everything else. But yeah, if you're that kind of person where the camera
Yeah.
just, yeah, no, audio only all day long. But I've always said, if you're going to do video, why wouldn't you rip the audio out and send it out as well?
Absolutely. 100%. I just know that, video is such a driver in terms of search that it helps. But I think that video podcast I'm okay with because a lot of times it's just like we are doing right now. It's two people and a microphone. There's not like a bunch
Yeah.
of, there isn't stuff happening. There isn't
Oh,
flashbangs and
yeah.
sound effects and I was trying to get one just to do something. Oh, here we go. You know, you can listen to the voice and it still give you the majority of the podcast. Oh, I like that one. He's doing all
um,
the happies.
yeah, that happens. Where were
So
we?
what's your
I got
I don't
distracted
know.
by doing sound
We were
effects and
talking
light
about
shows.
video and podcast and we
Yeah.
said that absolutely
Oh,
you should strip the
I
audio off if you're doing
if
video.
you have a co-host that is not in the same room with you, whether you record it or not, I think you should absolutely. Well, then she turns off her camera. You should absolutely do video to pick up on body cues and see that. I came up through the days of doing interviews and different things like that with just audio. And it takes a lot of skill. That's
It
why we all
does.
figured out how to multi-track in the early days, because you'd step on each other, words timing would get off on computers, so you'd have the track so you could edit the voices differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do what's comfortable, but absolutely, I have gotten to love seeing myself on camera as much as I love hearing myself talk. So I'm all for all of it.
I still don't like myself on camera, but I can do it now. So that's a attaboy for me because that was a hill I had to get over. And when I record Geek Meek Social, I'm going to record a video as well, more than likely, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. Because
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I don't do promo videos very well. We've talked about we got to do another one for this show,
oh yeah, yeah,
maybe
we
next
have
week.
one, but we could do it next week. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Together, we're going to be together next week. Matter of fact, we're having discussions on if he's going to sit at the other end of the table, and we're just going to yell at each other.
I don't know. I think that's going to be the way it is. It just seems so funny in my head. Okay, this feels like I don't
Yes.
think it did, but this feels like it came from Earth Station Boo. How do you pick a podcast topic you won't hate in 6 months? Hmm.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going to make you answer this one first.
Ah, man. All right. I steal from Gary V. Actually, I'm a disciple of Gary V. I'm just spreading his word. Okay, in this,
Proselytizer.
he said, yeah, man, this dude changed my life so early on. And I saw a great video today I reshared on TikTok where one sentence changed this girl's life, and it looks like he's about to get on a plane or something, and there's this little meet and greet, whatever. This girl going to say, hey, one day I'm going to be somebody, and you're going to hear about me. He goes, hey. He stops her and he grabs her by the shoulders and he goes, look at me. You are somebody right now. And man, it just broke her. But he truly, and he did that in my life, just not personally. He did it in his book. He says, crushing it, and crushing it. He says, the thing that you would stay up to 3 in the morning talking about. You know, when you've worked a whole long day and you're exhausted and you're tired, and somebody goes, "Hey, have you heard about leveling Azeroth?" Or "Hey, have you?" And you go from exhausted to talking on, "Oh crap, I gotta get up in 2 hours." That's the thing you're gonna talk about. That's your podcast, and sometimes it takes a hot minute to think about it. But next week, I think it is, Tyra. Yeah, we're going to talk about using your podcast as an
Oh, yeah, yeah.
experiment, as
Yep.
essentially trying things out. So we'll get more into that next week. But that's also a way I landed on topics is going, oh, I want to talk about this. Well, this got me interested in that. Do I do another show or do I work it in somehow, some way? And ultimately, I think at my roast, Phil counted up. I've retired. He said something like 40 something podcasts. I'm like that.
It feels
That
that way,
sounds a bit
Charles.
high, sir. I
I
think
think it's a
that's
little bit
a lot.
high,
But
but
yeah, but yeah, it's
there are a lot of
not
them, Charles.
not everything will make it past 6 months. But ultimately, okay, so is the flip side is when you're super busy, what gets you excited to where I will make some time for this? And that has happened twice in my life now. First, as aforementioned, Brian Ibbett, ran into him at Dragon Con. He was playing the same video game I was playing. And I wanted to talk to somebody about it. And so did he. And at first he said, no, I don't have time to make a podcast. So I just went and made a podcast without him. And then I sent him the first episode. And then I recorded the second one. And he listened to the demo and said, okay, I got to be in because it excited him. So for years, we made time every Wednesday or whenever it was to do that show. And life supported it. And it is a topic we loved. Second time now is with a little brown pill and coffee. I'm not looking to do another show, and neither was Josh. He's busy too. And we both were like, but this we want to make time just to talk and do this, a coffee and
Right.
comedy, and so once a month we do, and that's how I find topics. It's just what gets me so excited that I try to push it away and not think about it, and then I get pulled right back to it to where I want to make some time in my life. So how does that land for you, Tyra?
So I think it sounds good in theory until you throw ADHD into the mix, in which case the thing that I could talk about at 2 o'clock in the morning might change on a regular basis, unless it's Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey. I'm pretty locked down with that one. But um, I think the other thing you have to think of is think in broad strokes in terms of like
Bad
what you want to
title.
build. Huh?
That's a bad title. The broad strokes.
Oh, there's a
Sorry,
story behind
there's a
that,
story on that.
but it's not ours to tell. But I am a girl, and I'll use the word broad if I want to. So
Fair
that's what
enough.
I'm going to say. But it's good to have broad strokes or something that you can either go in depth on or something that's got you some leeway that, okay, let's say you're tired about talking about horror movies, for instance. So you could switch over to some book for a while, maybe do a book every month, or you could switch over to talking about horror actors, or that's something that's within the topic area, but it's got enough breadth and depth that you can like say, okay, I can talk about some of these other things so that I don't get uh, bored with it, so that it's always changing. And that's the reason I'm in
Yeah.
digital media is because it always changes and it feeds that part of me that that needs to have something new to learn.
Yeah. And I mean, that's my flavor of ADD is just, I want something new. I thrive on the chaos. I don't just surf it. I mean, I just want to live inside of it. And I have known every show that I've done that just became rigid. I found ways to either change it up, or like change it totally, or leave.
Right.
And so, as I find things I love, I have to understand that about myself and build in those safeguards. So this show every week is basically a new topic,
Right.
and that's great because we're going to tackle it in a different way every week. That makes me excited. Wise and nerdy, we roll the dice. That show is always going to have some chaos in it because that's how we built it to keep it. It feels fresh and new every episode, And that's what I need. Because otherwise, I just circle back, tell the same stories. I'm feeling not so fresh and so clean. Maybe, I don't know. I have that not so fresh feeling moment.
I,
I'm sorry, the 80s commercials just came up in my
and
head
you're
when I
just
saw your
popping
face
out,
when I said
popping out.
something about fresh. Yeah. Oh my
Well,
God.
that could be a show all on its own. Okay, now that we've had our moment.
Now, here's what I think, Tyra. I don't think you need to
Yes.
do Leveling Azeroth. I don't think you need to do Geek Meets Social. I think you need to do the show Tyra at 2 a.m. And you talk about whatever is on your mind at the time that you sit down and
At
record.
2
And
a.m.
if it happens to be at 2 a.m., which is probably even better, because you would start on something, explore the idea, and then track the. It would be so entertaining because you would just track those rabbits down in an ADD fashion, and it would be the most neurospicy, satisfying podcast out there, I think.
It would definitely visit many places.
Because that I think that's what the beauty of any good podcast is. I am not a history buff, but I was listening to hardcore history for the longest time because he loved it so
Yes.
much.
Yes, yes.
Um, I botched. Honestly, I'm not a D&D guy. And I've listened to more of their podcasts than any other one about D&D because they love it so much and the comedy and there's so many things like that that if you're passionate about it, I'm not a
Yep.
scholar of the Bible. I find it somewhat interesting. I find older myths and aliens more interesting. But Dan McClellan, who was at DragonCon last year, he loves educating people about being a scholar on the Bible. And I don't watch all his videos, but I find because of his passion, I like watching him. So Tyra at 2 a.m. What's
Could
up?
be fun.
It would just be the most fun.
I used to teach a course called Not at University. I think I should say that at the New Age bookstore where I was earning my side money for when I was a graduate student. Tarot Talk with Tyra.
Yeah.
So I can just go
Yeah.
back to Talk with Tyra. There you
Yeah.
go.
Devo says our daughter told my wife and me that we are project heavy. Yeah.
Is she one of the projects, though? That really is the question. I mean, depending upon how old the daughter is, she definitely could be a project. And, try not to. I think Devo said also said, why limit yourself? And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
really a good idea. So think about, like, I like to think about it in broad things, which is why Geek Meets Social is about a lot of things connected to digital life.
I get that, and I have found starting broad, and it's almost for me it's like a focus, not like a fine point, but just getting the sharper image
Right.
of what about this project feeds a different part of me than any other project that I'm working on
Yes.
or could work on. That's why Wise and Nerdy is where fatherhood meets fandom, and it's very father driven because it just became that's where we felt the niche that was lacking out there.
Yeah. And I think it really fits both of you.
And I
And I
gotta
mean,
say, sorry again,
no, no, go on.
it is one of the most important shows out there that people aren't listening to. We're being found by not just AI bots to get pitched to, but some serious AI bots that then feed it to a human that then reach out and will get a good guest. And now we actually had human to human contact
Oh my
where
gosh.
I don't know how they found us. Like, of course,
Human.
I know, right? Somebody's husband heard about us, and she is the office manager for transformative parenting, and she's been trying to get him to do more talks and more things. And she thought our show was
Nice.
the perfect match. And his name is Todd Sarner, and we had him on last
I
Thursday.
was going to say, it was on Thursday? Okay.
Yeah, psychologist, amazing guy. So much fun. Worked with Metallica. We nerded out about that for a good 20 minutes before the show. Yeah, it was. Oh, he lit up because he asked me about rock out of podcasting. I hadn't heard the answer on our show yet, and I said, well, the short version, I wanted to be what Metallica was to the world. When they heard that name, they knew what they were getting, and his eyes lit up. He's like, oh. I don't get to do this often. I'm sorry if I'm name dropping, but I worked with him for 5 years. Like, Joe, shut up. And I was like, go on. And we spent 20 minutes just nerding out about it. Anyway, so,
Should have called my husband. He
yeah,
would have nerded with you.
right. But hopefully we'll grow. We're going to talk about growth and stuff and the dedication of having a market and those kind of things. But yeah, I feel like we're finding great people and having great conversations that matter. And they're recorded. They'll always be there. But I think more people should listen to it.
I mean, come for the wisdom, stay for the dad jokes.
All right, fine. I'll take it. Uh, is consistency more important? No, we know that one. Never mind. Not that one. Sorry.
Screw
Old
that.
question.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yes,
Consistency, people.
consistency is more important than quality. Quality can always improve. It's
Yes.
harder to improve consistency, although you can do it. How do you plan content without scripting the soul out of it?
We don't script.
We
But I
hardly bullet
think
point.
we hardly bullet point. We did not bullet point tonight. Well, no, that's not true. Charles actually prepared. Um, uh, excuse me. What are you doing? I'm
This
sorry.
is Tyra at 2 a.m.
She's playing with a bag, and I don't know that it's okay for her to play with it. Oh, anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. If you come on this train with me, I know you get his chaos, but you get my cats, which is sort of the same thing. Go on with your bad self, please. Thank you. No, ma'am. Okay, hold on. Charles, could you talk for a moment? I'd really
Oh, I don't
appreciate
know if
that.
I can handle that. So, quick plug, wiseandnerdy.com. Tell your friends. Oh, wow. Her whole feed just cut off. Uh, tell everybody out there. And same with Be Awesome Together. I am going to kick my own butt. And I'm waiting for her camera to connect, and I'll put her back on here. But I'm going to kick my own butt and really start marketing my shows better, trying to get the word out more, putting clips up on my TikTok channels. So that's a thing. Is she? Oh, she. I hear you. I don't see you.
I'm back. I have a video.
No, you have a
Hi.
purple screen.
No, I have a video. I need to, now I need, I'll be right.
Well, I was going to check it on YouTube. This is the transparency of this show, which is actually there's gonna be a question out of this that relates directly to it. But let me go see. But here's the thing, right? Why would anybody hang out, do your thing with you if you're not going to do it yourself? You know what I'm saying? That's the hard part. Where is Be Awesome Together? Did I hear you? I only have a purple screen.
I'll be
Yeah, on live
back.
it's purple. Okay.
I'm sorry. I will be right back. It's locked my computer because
Oh no.
anyway, I'll be back. Love you all.
uh, poor animals. They're horrible. So, Devo, Boo, what questions do you guys have for digital media for Be Awesome Together to answer? Uh, I am going to tell you before you jump on that. What's worth fixing in post and what should be left alone is going to be the next question because of it fits perfectly with what's going on here. But anything else would be amazing. Or anybody else who's listening, please, type it in chat, throw it in there. We have a speak pipe. I believe it's 'cause I need to get to our page. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's in our link tree. Let's see. I think Tyra's back. She is back and definitely has a camera this time.
Look at
I
me. I
love
have
it.
a camera, but you do not.
Oh, well, I can definitely see the camera on my side, so
Well,
that's
you're a
okay.
purple screen on mine.
It should be. I'll double check YouTube, but it should be okay. Um, okay, it's not. I need to put our speak pipe on our link tree,
It
and oh
is,
yeah, we don't
isn't
have a
it?
website.
Isn't
I
it
just
on our?
I just
It,
scanned it, didn't see it. I don't. I may have missed it. Um, hopefully I missed it. But
I'm
let's
looking.
see. It's okay.
Send a voicemail to Be Awesome Together on SpeakPipe. It's the very first thing.
I don't know what I was looking for then. So
I don't
yes,
know
we are
either.
both appearing. Even though you have a purple screen for me, we're both appearing live on YouTube. It's okay.
Well, that's awesome. Why are you a purple screen? Why can't I see you? What's
Cause
going on
I
here?
love you. You love no. All right. Barney. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh
Okay.
my
Hey,
gosh.
here's the next question, which
Okay.
flows right through all of this chaos. It's hilarious. What's worth fixing in post, and what should be left alone?
Oh. Okay. So in post, we possibly could take out a little of the Leia. Um, But honestly, it just depends on two things to me. What has to come out? Like, is there a curse word that needs to come out because you have a non-adult show? Do you were you interrupted? Like, did the UPS man come to the door? Is there something that has to go
Sure,
out?
yeah.
Then those things do. But I'll be honest with you, I'm a cut the beginning, cut the ending. Let's just do it, girl, because I am not good at that. Therefore, I don't do that unless I have to.
You have to be a you have to be a decent editor to not kill the energy of a conversation. I like
Yes.
live to tape for two reasons as well. One reason is like you said, just it's easy, bam, 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 done. Um, it makes it simpler. But I also like the energy of just, hey, we went through this and that goofiness just happened and it's okay. So I'm with you. There have
Yeah.
been times where I've had up to 8 people on to do like a panel discussion, and somebody kept having their dogs come in. So fortunately, the way it's set up, everybody had their own
On
tracks, and
set.
I would just go and cut his track out every time because we all did what we could to power through it, but it's
Right.
still distracting as crap. Um,
Not that I know anything about this. Charles, it's
uh,
very disconcerting that I can't see you. I'm going to reload my page.
okay, I
Right.
can turn my yes, go for it.
Okay.
Uh, so, ow. So yeah, it depends on what your show is, because oh, the other thing I do fix in post, if you will, everything's good now, cool.
Yes.
Uh, the only thing I do fix like volume levels. Again,
Yes.
we could do a quick class. I could show Tyra how to actually, you know what, that could be part of our Patreon offering. Is that I could do a Patreon recording, and show basically how to set up multi-track. From I'd have to do some research on it, but the simplest version of just like, hey, Tyra, you're on your Mac. Here's how you can do that. To like what I have set up with a soundboard and other stuff. So, but I can show you how to do that because here's what happens: is
Yes.
inevitably, no matter how we record, I have my headphones tuned to where I sound good to me and Tyra sounds good to me, but the recording doesn't always come through that same exact way.
It's
So
true.
I do a few little things to make it sound more equal, that so that matches what I'm hearing essentially, because I feel like we're having a good conversation with volume levels, in my
Right.
ears.
Yeah. Levelator was what Brian used, and it
Yeah,
was
that was a good
wonderful.
one back in the
It was
day.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Spill Tea does have a question.
All right. I just started streaming on Twitch, so I guess any help there would be cool. Uh,
So here's my number one top tip for when you stream on Twitch: have those moderator buttons standing by.
that's what I was about to say. Get your mod tools, which she's our mod here because she kept telling me about, hey, you can
That's
make people
right.
mods. I'm like, yeah, ching, knighted,
Ching.
thank you. Because yes, you're
Yes.
right. That especially on
Super important.
Twitch, that one really gets the. Oh, you want 1,000 views? Yeah,
Oh
that
my
kind
God,
of
not
thing.
only that, but I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to talk about, I mean, when we had Alcon online, we did a night with D&D. This was before you did the weekend thing. We did
Okay.
a night stream on Twitch of a D&D game. The only problem was nobody had told me where the moderator tools were, and I did not have access to them, and I needed them then. So
Yeah.
that's my number one thing. I think the other thing with Twitch, again, is consistency. I think that's really huge. And just trying to find the right audience. Make sure you do that opening video. Like, we do not, we need to take care of that. But we're going to do that next Tuesday. Have that opening video there.
Yeah. The placeholder that
Oh,
welcomes your people. Um, I say have decent sound level. Find a way to hear yourself back, at least to start with. Not to
yeah.
check it. I mean, there will be a delay if you just go, okay, I'm gonna do basically an opening stream and let it play. You don't have to leave it on the whole time, but hear that your volume level of your voice is up there with the game, and presumably you're streaming a game or something, and so it's there above the game, and then get used to talking to yourself.
Oh
You
my gosh,
can
yes.
be good on Twitch without talking. There's various ways to do that. But me personally, I have a hard time watching that because I might like the game, sure, but I really what I need that sound. You know, I need you to talk. So if somebody just playing the game and focusing, it kills me. Like when
Right.
Phil and I did a very short run of streaming games because we wanted to fix that problem. So it's really us playing Borderlands 2, which we'd played a million times, getting drunk and just telling jokes the whole time while basically the game's just keeping our hands busy.
As I
Essentially,
say,
it's, killing everything.
the game was just an excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, what makes you different? And unless you're a super great player at a certain thing, or you have a certain catchphrase or a certain joke or something, what makes you different is how you tell your stories, I think.
Yep.
Um,
I think people connect to people.
yeah, Spill T says I'm doing a lot just chatting and body doubling. Yeah, the body doubling and art, which again I have to get used to. Body doubling means
Yes.
just hanging out. You work on your thing, I'm working on my thing, because in acting, there's a body double for all kind of stuff. So it's yeah. I'm not really talking, but I have good. No, okay, see now that okay with
That's
that
different.
stuff,
Yeah.
absolutely. What would you do, Tyra? What would you say?
No, I think that's completely right. I mean, it's a matter of there again, consistency is key because if people know that you're going to be on buddy doubling, then they know when to show up. Like, you can have random sessions, but know that Wednesday night at blah blah time is when we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do this. So I think that consistency becomes even more important with something like that because that's something people will actually schedule to come do. Like I would schedule that in my calendar to work alongside somebody and write because that to me really helps me do it. Um, but I think that all the things that you said are true. But I would add consistency to that and having enough of your personality show through. And that can even be with the music that you're using and kind of the
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere that you're creating, because that tells you a lot about, okay, am I going to fit in here in this session? Are we going to have something to talk about when we do our 15-minute break? So, yeah.
And doing some promotion. Every if you're doing a couple
Hmm.
hours at a time or whatever, every time you'll go to that break, text out or message out, hey, our session's on break. Then when it comes back, put it, 15 minutes later, just message that out. Um, and then honestly, people like acknowledgement. So it's up to you.
Hmm.
It's how you want to do it. Um, but on that break, if that's when you take time to kind of acknowledge things and do chat, people just like feeling connected and
Yeah.
heard. If it's on Twitch, I don't think you can go back and see the chat. I mean, I'm sorry, not Twitch, on TikTok. If it's on TikTok, you can't see the chat.
Uh,
Go back, it just goes through live. But on Twitch, you can absolutely scroll
Scroll
and
back.
check, or just
Absolutely.
don't. Just be in the moment. This one really comes down to what makes you happy.
Yes.
Now, this one is right up your alley, Tyra.
Uh-oh.
How much time should editing realistically take?
Oh God, I hate this. From what I understand, it's at least a 1 to 1. Like if it's an hour, it should take an hour or two
Oh,
to
that's
edit
bare
it.
minimum. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it
That's
okay? Because I'm going to be totally honest with you, Charles. Chop the beginning, chop the end. Let's get this puppy done.
so that it does come down to your type of show and what you mean by editing.
How long
I
you
will put
have?
I'll put production as a whole in it, and
Yeah.
production as a whole is usually 1 to 1 minimum. So this show is an hour and a half. It usually takes me about an hour. Cut off the beginning, cut off the end, clean that up, render it. Then I start uploading it, doing the things,
Well,
grabbing
yeah,
the
all that other stuff.
all
Yeah.
of that will take about an hour. When you're editing, so I've produced a few shows where it was edited for content,
Mm-hmm.
to make things flow. And nowadays you have tools that help you with this of
Yes.
editing by word. And we were doing that the hard way then because the person doing the show, she wanted to see a transcript, so it'd be recorded. She'd pay somebody to transcribe it,
Oh
and then
no.
she would go
Oh.
through and edit it and send it to me, and I'd go through and edit the show based off the hand edits that she'd done. But and at first I was like, "Oh my god!" But then, okay, once my brain got used to it, it started making sense. Now, like with Streamlabs,
Mm-hmm.
part of our package has what's called Podcast Studio, or Podcast Editor rather. And you upload, it likes video, but it'll do audio too. But you upload either video or the audio, and it transcribes the whole thing. And you can go and
Nice.
start editing words. You can copy and paste, and it'll cut the video and move it. And so that, depending on how your brain works, that could be what it's done. But truthfully, it's 3 to 1 for that kind of content. When I edited that show, it was I got paid
Oh
for
yeah.
everything I did, right? But it was 3 hours to every 1 hour of recording.
Yeah, no, I could definitely believe, especially back in the day. Now, I've used the text editor for editing a video. I did a bunch of shorts from a long form video for something I did for class, and it was excellent. Like, it was really good because to be able to just go, oh, yeah, we went off the rails there, or this part doesn't need to stay in. And I will say it worked pretty seamlessly and nicely when I looked at the video.
I got a bonus tool for you in a second. I just discovered the other
Ooh,
day.
I love a bonus tool.
And I'm pretty sure you don't know about it because I think you would have been talking about it. Uh, I haven't yet to try a text editor to seriously edit video or audio. I hear
I did in
great things
Streamlabs,
about.
StreamYard.
I haven't. Yeah, I know it's there. I just haven't used it yet. The script is pretty good. Josh started using that for the
Yep,
podcast.
yep.
Um, and I know we've heard. I think Avito talk about it and different things.
Script, yeah.
Um, but I think I'm going to try that for clips, possibly, if this other tool doesn't just do it for me. Because, like, I have to take the YouTube transcription, put it in Chat GPT anyway. But I can take, let's say, the bat video that we record, I can load it into the podcast editor, and then I can go through and go, oh, we talked about this. Let me highlight and cut it and make it a clip and see how that works.
See
That
if that
could do
works.
it.
Okay.
So here's the bonus tool.
Okay, I'm ready.
I was digging around in YouTube the other day because I wanted to cut the a portion of the video out where I got one of Ben Meeks' pins, custom pins.
Oh, aren't
I got
they
him to make one
awesome?
for Joe. Like it's his owl and it says wise and
Oh,
nerdy on it. So that was his Christmas. And so
that was really
it came in the
sweet.
mail this past week and uh, he got to open it. So I wanted to cut that to show Ben. And YouTube actually I went to the YouTube editor because I was like, let me see if I can be lazy. And I found it and I told it to cut this clip and render it as a new video. And then YouTube just sent me back to the main menu and nothing happened. Uh,
Well, that was not very
no,
nice.
it wasn't. But I accidentally found YouTube clips. So if you're in the
Okay.
video itself, you have options. Like so when you're in the stream, we can edit the title, and this might be just after you post. I don't know if it's before or after. I looked at a video we already posted. So actually, it was a live video we recorded, and then I went in where you could edit the title and the description. And on the side, there was, of course, the studio editor, which I knew was there. And then right below it is clips. It suggested on Wise and Nerdy 5 different clips, and it would let you edit those clips,
Oh,
themselves. But you couldn't go say, "Hey, generate me more," or look. It just said, "Hey, here's 5 we really think." And I didn't watch them, but I could see that the titles or whatever it did to describe them was basically chapters. Like, here's the bad dad jokes. Here's where you get nerdy about something. Here's the. I was like,
gotcha.
oh, it's picking up on the changes, the transitions of topics somewhat there. So it might be cool. It might not be cool, but I'm definitely gonna go in and look at it after this show and
And
see
that's
if
in YouTube
it's
itself.
yeah. And so I'm gonna see what happens when we render it out and put it on our page or whatever. Maybe we can
Right.
download it and put it on like TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, we know how to do
So
that. We're good at that part.
yeah.
I need to make somebody needs to make thumbnails. That would be me. I've got to do some thumbnails.
Somebody needs
Batch
to have a
process.
real burning desire to be an unpaid intern.
Yes, we need you. Oh my gosh. Like, that's on my bucket list of things I want. I want to make enough money to hire an assistant,
Yeah, I agree.
you
Right
know,
now, I'll take. Hey, kids, did you ever want to just do work for fun, for the sake of feeling good about yourself? Well,
yourself.
here at Be Awesome Together, we'll make you feel good about yourself all day, as long as you get us those thumbnails on time.
I can't do it. I mean, I rail about unpaid internships on a regular basis, so
I know, no, it's the worst. All right, one
I
more
know.
question in this category.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Remote guests. What's the one thing hosts always underestimate?
Can I say overestimate? Because that's
Sure.
really
What
okay.
hosts
So I'm going to go
overestimate?
with the one thing that you overestimate about your guest, their equipment. And
Yeah.
I don't mean that kind of equipment, but like Do they actually have good internet? Do they have a good microphone? Do they have a good camera? Because I may have interviewed some people that are pretty high on the digital scale, shall we say, and it was bad. I mean, it was not good. I was like, "Really? Really? Really? That's that's what that's what you're going with, dude? Oh, or dudette. Yeah. So make sure that they are prepared equipment wise for your show. So
That's what
that's
she
my
said. Is what Earth Station Boo says.
it's all about the equipment. That's all I'm
um,
going to say. But yeah,
yeah,
so
I think
that
one of the things that I have tended to underestimate in the past, I will not now, is that they've actually listened to the show and know how it works.
oh, you think they actually do that?
No, they don't. But I think hosts, that's the thing hosts underestimate for their guests,
Is how
remote
much
guests.
research they've done.
Yeah. Because you nailed it with the tech and whatever. But yeah, guests. But we have a rule at Wise and Nerdy. When you reach out, well, first, I kind of let it sit to see if there's going to be a follow up because that usually indicates something. Either at least you programmed your AI to do a follow up, whatever. You thought ahead. And then I might read it again. Sometimes we move on. But then the second rule is once we decide this might be an interesting guest, I have a form letter that I send that says, hey, you fill in the blank name. Sounds like they might be a good fit for a show, but we have to make sure they have listened to the show. This is a game show disguised as a talk show / talk show disguised as chaos. You need to, or something along those lines. And then I give them an actual link to a YouTube video where we had a guest on so they could see
Good.
what it looks like to promote themselves and this and the other. And I said, please let me know if you're still interested. And so that kind of whittles them down even more. And then if we get the pushback, or not the pushback, the response back, oh yeah, they, especially if it's an agent or somebody that's not the person doing it themselves, if
Right.
they go, oh yeah, they've listened to it, like okay, we'll send you the link such and such time, but make sure they're there at 8 o'clock Eastern, and we go live at 8:30, and I spend that 30 minutes making sure, hey, here's how it works. You will get your
Right.
opportunity to talk
Walk
to you
them through it.
and just walk them through it because I get, I get why some people send questions ahead of time because they're not performers, they're not good talkers, they're not
Yeah,
whatever,
no, it's
and they
true.
just need to know stay on this button. But I'm just not interested in that. So it's I can, if you're willing to trust me, I can play with anybody. But that's the thing, you have to trust me a little bit. So I spend that 30 minutes building that trust, and hopefully they've watched an episode. Um, so yeah, um,
So I'm going
never
to
mind. I
say
won't say that. Go
what
ahead.
we underestimate is people's propensity to promote themselves at every opportunity, even when you tell them there will be a place and a time for that.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir or ma'am.
yeah.
So
Speaking
that
of, now is a
yes.
great time to make a run for the border. Taco Bell, $7.99 Lux Box got the double dipper burritos. They're so good, so good.
Remember when it was cheaper than that?
Oh my god. Yeah, you remember
Can we
when I
talk
didn't
about
spend $20 for a meal anywhere?
I
Ugh.
know, it is like food cost is just outrageous. That's
Although
what I'm
some of
going
the
to
places
say.
I go to, apparently, there's a place near me called Freddy's Burgers, and I
Oh
think
yeah,
they're
we have
great,
Freddy's.
right? And so the other day, I spent like I went there just for myself, got a meal, and their concrete, right?
Yep.
And it's like $24. I'm like, oh man, 24. But it's worth. I mean, I loved it. I get the prime steak burger, which I think is or prime rib burger, which is really good that they do there. But the meal's like 10 or 12 bucks, and then the concrete was probably $6 or whatever, and it just
Right.
adds up. Last night, Aaron and I just went through the drive-through of Arby's, and together, with no coupons or anything, just getting the meals, it was like $22. I'm like, Freddy's is expensive. But
It's true. Remember when
yeah,
value meals used to be under $5?
yeah. You remember there used to be dollar menus?
I know. Now they're $2 menus.
Mm,
Oh my gosh. And when
all
we
right.
didn't cry when the eggs went bad, yes, all the time.
Yeah.
So
All right.
anyway,
This truly is more your category here. What does getting on all the platforms actually mean in practice?
oh, okay. So I will say this. If there's a new platform, more than likely, I'm going to go get Tyra Burton on it. Even if I'm not going to like have a presence there, I'm going to go grab my name just in case. I am
Cat
so
got your
sorry.
tongue?
I know. No, the cat's over there. Um, just in case that particular venue takes off. So, like every other Tyra Burton, I'm very sorry. I'm going to beat you to it. I'm sorry. But you don't have to be on every, you don't have to be posting on every platform. You need to figure out where your target audience is, where your listeners are, and make sure that you're focusing there. Focus there. And then spread out gently, but start with where they mainly are. And then once you conquer that channel, you can consider adding a second channel. But, like we should be, like, I'm not very good about posting about us on Blue Sky. I'm really
I'm not
good
very
on
good at posting about me or us
anything.
anywhere. I gotta get
Right.
better.
So I got Facebook and Instagram. Post will always go out. I'll try to drop one on the Discord. I didn't get to that today, but I know that the majority of the people that are going to listen to our stuff are going to be on one of those two places. Blue Sky does have a pretty big digital community, so that will be the next one that I really try to hone us in. And I wish that Facebook would integrate Threads into MetaSuite. Please get on that. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish Blue Sky would let me do a minute-long video. My caffeinations won't even qualify. It's just too big of a video to put up there.
It's and their sizing is weird and character limits, and I get frustrated.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I've been playing with the MetaSuite a little bit more,
Good.
and so I'm
Good.
gonna try to look at some of that and just really spend if I especially for myself hone in the right tool to say or set of tools to say, hey, if I sit down on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon after I'm done producing the shows for a week and just schedule some clips to go out next week on on my personal stuff of
Right.
this show of of the things I'm doing just to show what is going on, you know, that would help. And I think on TikTok you can schedule now. They brought that recently, I want to say.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
yeah. So I just need to do more of
Go
that.
figure that out for us, Charles.
Yeah, no, I'll do
You
my
you
best.
have to figure the TikTok, because you figure the TikTok, then I share with my students, and I look like I know stuff.
For distribution, it also means um, well, you want to get on iTunes. So you absolutely want
Oh
to
yeah,
submit there. You want to get on Amazon Music. But for the
Spotify.
reality of it, 90, well, maybe not 90, but a big majority of podcast platforms, podcatchers, if you will,
Yeah.
pull from iTunes.
Oh yeah.
That's the majority of
Get
it.
on iTunes, iTunes,
Yeah,
Spotify,
yeah.
and
Amazon.
I Amazon and YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean Facebook. So I put YouTube and Facebook and Instagram in the same boat. So that's gonna be your socials.
Yeah.
So go ahead and grab that stuff. Which leads into this next question: is
Ooh.
YouTube replacing traditional podcast platforms, or
No.
just adding pressure? Neither.
I think it's just adding pressure. I
I don't
mean,
think it's adding pressure at all. Here's why. I'll tell you
well, I
exactly
think it's
one
the
reason.
pressure because it's the second largest search engine in the world still.
Yeah, but for podcasting, see, mm,
But let me
this
tell
is
you
where
something.
it
My
gets
kids
muddy.
go to YouTube to watch podcasts.
But it's not the point. People always go to YouTube to watch podcasts. It's always been a video platform. The fact that people think YouTube is doing podcasts is wrong. They've made a button that says, make it a podcast. You cannot, unless something has changed, you cannot download that show anywhere and just listen to it or watch it. You have to be in the YouTube app,
You have to
even
be in
on
the
the
YouTube app.
podcast.
Yes.
So it's not a podcast. It's still just another YouTube thing. So no, it is not replacing because it's not a podcast. People have always gone to watch their videos. And you can say they're going to watch a podcast. Of course they were. If I do a video, it's going on YouTube. But if I'm doing audio only podcast, or if I tell you download my podcast, it's never going to be from YouTube because you can't unless you pay for whatever service. But you
But
can, if you rip the audio and put it out, you can download it through podcatchers, and that's in by its nature what a podcast is, the ability to get it and listen to it.
maybe.
If you heard the word before YouTube said something, if you heard the word
But okay.
podcast to
But
listen
you're
to in your car,
you're talking about our generation.
I think all of them. Even people bring up YouTube. Yeah, you're watching, but you know you're on YouTube. If you decided you wanted to go to what's one Pocket Cast, right? Or you decided you wanted to go to Apple Podcasts because you're there. Whatever reason you're tired of YouTube, down with the proletariat. I don't know. You will find that maybe some of those people that you were watching their podcast on YouTube, it's not an actual podcast. You can't get it anywhere else. So that would be more of an exclusive thing,
Yeah, there's
um,
very, I would say that, at least in
not distribution.
my experience, most people have it distributed to podcast things like iTunes and et
Right, but
cetera, et cetera.
I'm just making it clear that's not through YouTube. You
No,
have to
it's not through
go.
YouTube,
Yeah,
but they still are going to have that. And you don't even have to have a video. I mean, they actually have a whole thing where you
sure.
can just load up the audio. And I think that when we deal with Generation Alpha, which I really do not like what they called them, but I think that that's their go-to in many ways to find content like that. That
And
you
I'm
see
good
that
with that.
as
Yeah.
people get younger, because they're more used to going to YouTube to find whatever they need.
But like hopefully this mantra will carry on throughout all the generations. Own your content,
Oh,
have
yes,
your own
please,
website, and
please.
put it everywhere. Because at some point somebody's gonna go, oh, I stopped paying for my YouTube subscription, so I can't download blah 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 or whatever. There will be a
Right.
reason to come off of YouTube because I agree, dude. One of my first things to do is go to YouTube and search things because I want to see, how it's done or whatever it is I'm looking for. Right. I like watching people talk, so that's why it'd be awesome together is there, but so on and so forth. But if I'm in my car, there's still people who use YouTube, but there's still plenty of people who go, well, I don't listen to podcasts in my car. Why not? Because I watch them on YouTube. Okay,
I've been
cool.
known to stream it
But
on YouTube in my car where I can't see it.
yeah,
Just
some people
like,
can do that. Uh,
I just listen to it.
all
But
right.
I do
What's
think
that?
that they have certainly changed podcast in a way.
Uh, okay, one last question.
Bring it on, dude.
Okay, that's way too long of a question. Okay. Hmm. I don't know if we can pick a number between 20 and 35.
20 and 35. 20. Why is it every number coming in my head is above or below that? 28.
Okay. What should uh I
Uh-oh.
don't know if this is going to be a bonding moment or a fighting moment. I just saw
Oh,
co-hosts.
everybody gird your loins.
What should co-hosts agree on before recording episode 1? Ooh, there's a lot of things.
Oh, oh.
That's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, no, that's not going to be too bad because I think we'll actually agree on this one. I mean, I think you need to agree on format. You need
Yeah.
to have, like what order you're going to do things. I think that you need to agree on what your general content is and how you're going to do the show. Like, I would say that Be Awesome to Get Together got better when you and I started having meetings
Mm-hmm.
beforehand and we had some idea. Like today's meeting was very short, but you had a solid idea and it's been awesome and worked very well. But so making sure you're on the same page, knowing who is responsible for what. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, knowing who's doing what and knowing if there's anything that I don't want to say is off limits, but like you and I had a conversation about AI and what I'm comfortable with using it for and where my boundaries are with it. And you've been very respectful of those boundaries. So I think having those kind of conversations are good before you do episode 1. What about you?
Topic, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, depends on your personality. Like I just thinking about Little Brown Pill and how we've been putting it together. He and I are both little kids. We're very similar in nature.
Oh,
Uh,
God help you.
he dropped the best friends kind of moniker the other day. I gotta get him. I don't know. Next show we'll come back with. I don't know, man. Anyway, but it's whatever. So he didn't watch this show, or he'd know it's coming. But anyway, we just kind of dove in. We knew it was gonna be about coffee. We knew we
Right.
wanted to talk coffee, but that was it. And it's taken a little bit more shape, just because he's got a planning mind of a creator of like, let's write some jokes, right, type of deal.
Oh, okay.
So we from episode 1, I'm pretty sure we've brought in an old coffee commercial to typically make fun of but talk about, or maybe not the first episode but later. So it started building, but what we did agree on ahead of time was we wanted it to reach, and honestly it's been my agreement with every show in the last couple of years, we want it to reach the widest audience. So we're really going to use innuendo and now with something like Little Brown Pill and how coffee's Viagra for your soul, the innuendo is going to be there. It's not going to be the cleanest show, but it's not going to be blatantly dirty or
I don't know. The
vulgar.
second you said Viagra, I would have gone with blatantly dirty. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
Let's
is.
just be honest here.
Smudgy. We'll just call it smudgy.
Smudgy.
It's like
Smudgy
you can
is
see
what
through
you
the
do with a
glass.
sage stick, hun.
What? I don't clean my windshield with a sage stick. So,
That's
but it's been about direction. For me, is how much are you going to care about this?
right.
And he's a professional, I'm a professional. So we had fun muddling through figuring out the steps that you talked about that really should be done before episode 1. Like when we rebooted this show, that's exactly what we did. We went to
Yep.
the drawing board and talked about together what the idea should be on formatting and audience and style and this and that and the other. And boundaries, right? Because there are some things off limits. Like we had the Monster Girls on, but even then, we kept it out of the NC-17 range, and that's all I could hope for.
Just
We
but
didn't get the X stamp. We just got the rated R, and we moved on.
we did break you, and that was
Oh,
delightfully wonderful.
I'm sure we're
Uh,
gonna have them on again soon
oh
enough.
yes, but I think the other thing is managing expectations
Mm,
in terms of where would you like for this to go? What are your expectations for what's going to happen with the show? Like with Josh, this is what he does for a living. So I
yeah.
mean, I know that one of the expectations for the little brown pill is that it makes money and that it
Hmm.
feeds into the income streams because otherwise it takes away from things that he could be doing to be making money. So same thing with you. Um, is it a hobby? Like when we did Leveling Azeroth, we weren't looking to make money. We were just looking to have a good time.
Right.
So know where you fall in that. If it's a long term, if you're willing to, like, as we've talked about tonight, put in the effort, put in the time, and grow it over time, then yeah, maybe you can be like Bob and grow your Patreon till it's covering all your extraneous bills.
It's the 20th. I need to work on my newsletter for this month.
I know. I got to put out my newsletter. And by the way, Charles, why don't you throw those newsletter
Ah,
signups up right now? That sounds like a
yes,
good time.
that sounds like a brilliant time
You
right
can
here.
sign up for both Charles's and
Uh,
my newsletters that are going to be coming out soon.
Here it is. I forgot I
I've
made a
written part of
ticker,
it.
so it's at the top. It just goes through.
Yep. We're at
So
SendFox. That's what we're using. We found out
yes,
about it from an author friend. And so far, I really like it. It made things very easy, whatever. Grammar, not strong suit. Uh, but works really well. Mine's also on my link tree. I imagine that Charles also has his on his link tree, doesn't he?
yes. I need to sign up for yours. I need to do that.
I think I
I
signed
will.
up for yours. I'll make sure I signed up
Yeah,
for
we'll
yours.
figure it out.
So what is it?
So
It's sinfox.com slash
yours is
bear
Tyra Barton.
crawling.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how I ended up picking that because usually it's RGOP 42, but somewhere
I
in the
know.
process it just kind of maybe popped in, and I can't figure out how to change it.
Oh, I can actually tell you how to do that.
Sweet, we'll do that in the after.
I'm handy, people. That's what I
Actually, you
am.
know what? Bonus info. Can you? Is it simple enough to walk everybody through it right now?
Tyra's brains are not that
So
functional,
no, sorry.
but it's under settings, and I'll have to find it.
Yeah, I'll
It's one
figure
of
it out.
those things I magically found, and I have to find it again. But once I find it again, I can tell you how to do it really easily. So stay tuned. Maybe next week, while he's sitting at the other end of the table, I will walk you through that.
And next week we are going to talk about the topic of using your podcast or digital media as experiments,
Hmm.
as training, and just getting out there and what that looks like, and how it can lead to better things.
I actually I'm going to save it for next week, but here's your
Okay.
teaser. I have a guru SEO champion who taught me all about that.
All right.
So,
Very cool.
but you have to
Uh,
wait for next week to find out what he taught me.
and then after that, we're gonna go for unless you check your
I'm,
calendar and it's off.
I'm gonna check my calendar.
Can you
Please
check it right
hold.
now so we can announce it? While
Mhm.
she's doing
Yes,
that,
go ahead and announce it.
Linktree, linktr.ee/be awesome together. All the links for this show, including our speak pipe. And oh, oh,
Yes.
hey, maybe it's not too late. Maybe it's not too late. Hold on, because I
What?
believe Devo sent me a
Oh.
speak pipe, but he did it on Discord,
Oh.
which is perfectly good.
You know,
And I
I haven't.
almost messed that one up. Let's see.
I actually
There it
don't
is.
know if.
Okay. Are you
Oh, good.
ready?
We have no voice messages on Be Awesome Together Speak Pipe.
Okay. Well, there you go. It's on our link tree. Leave a voicemail. Please do that. And Devo sent me this one
Awesome.
directly.
So the last few months, my wife's been in a bit of a lull. She hasn't been recording videos down in our little studio downstairs, and she hasn't been editing. And she got into really doing it the last few days again. And she is using a video editing software, the same one I got for Joe, and it has a simplicity to it, but it has a lot of really nice advanced features too, if you know where to look for them. Well, one of the things that I started doing some time back is inserting audio and synchronizing it. This is especially true for live classes because when you're recording the audio, you get a lot of echo, sounds terrible, but you also have some ambiance, the clapping, the yelling, woo, that kind of thing. And sometimes you want that to come through, so it sounds natural, but you want the music to sound good. So, well, she wants to do that, so I'm showing her. So I'm sitting with her, and it's a great process. Let me tell you
Oh, where'd it go?
Where'd he
Okay.
go?
what, our shoulder and shoulder, husband and wife, and we are at each other. Yeah, she wants to run the mouse. Well, I know what I want to do. She knows what she wants, but she's not doing what I'm telling her to do to get done what she wants to be done. And it is chaos. It's organized chaos. And
Awesome.
at the end of it, the results were fantastic.
Aw.
She learned something new. I I was I sometimes learn how to be a better me communicating
Yeah.
my thoughts, being a highly technical person, and she's a very highly artistic, uh, visual person, type A too. So so we and I'm not, but it worked out really well. And I started thinking about this awesome together thing, and it is. Sometimes that strife, you don't get it as a solo, but as a team, especially
Oh, I let my phone go to sleep again. Sorry.
if you're close. Husband and wife can be almost over the top. But anyway, you get some great results out of that. Great show. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Devo.
I love Devo. But yeah, partners creating together, whether that's building a deck or editing a podcast, uh, good
Yeah.
times. Ours survived the printer wars, so we're very happy about that. And my insight after the printer wars was spend the money and buy the better machine.
Yeah.
That's Tyra's top tip for a happy marriage.
Yeah. I was just thinking about the best marriage advice I'd heard was from a comedian was saying marriage is always 100%, and the secret to is figuring out whose 100% needs to be winning today. Yeah, because you always bring 100% to the table, but it's like some days you're don't care and it's my 100%, and some days you whatever. They said it
Y-
better than I said it,
You
but
only you
there's
have to be
those.
100% together. Some days you're 60, they're 40, some days they're 70, you're 30. It just
Look, I didn't hire you to be better than me, Tyra. I can be bad on my own. You don't have to tell everybody how bad I am about repeating these things. All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
So next week, thank you for leaving the speak pipe. You could do that yourself by going to our link tree, or I just had it up here. It is speakpipe.com/be awesome together. And you can
Because we
go
are.
do that because we are. And it is. And thank you, Diva. That was such a great story.
It
Didn't know.
was.
So with that, we're going to get out of here. I will be actually seeing you in person next week, Tyra.
Are we going to have sushi before?
We're going to have sushi before.
Yes. Let's hope the snow goes away by then.
Surf that chaos. Enjoy the ride.